Okay, so I want to make a little video about anger and negativity this time, which is something that I think is a little bit tougher, um, which is one of my main points that people who are angry for whatever reason or have negative feelings built up for whatever reason tend to not like to be told that there's something wrong with that, or at least in my experience, which is something I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with, is that eventually, if it's hurting me, or if I see that it's hurting other people, or if it's hurting that person, that eventually, just because I care and I empathize, I'm going to tell them that this is what I see is happening and that I'm there for them and that I'm always willing to apologize for anything that I've done that's hurtful, regardless of what I intended, and to make it right and to change, but that what's happening is not right and that there is a better way and that things can be resolved. And like I said, I think that that's a challenge. I think that people who are in that place of negativity or anger don't necessarily really want to hear that, or are struggling with things that they want to be a certain way or they want to be their way, and that might be destructive. It might get in the way of other people and it might hurt them or others. But just my point is that it's not okay to be negative. It's not okay to be angry. It might hurt only you. It might only hurt the people close to you. It might only hurt other people and not you. But regardless, it's that, well, it's going to hurt you regardless to be angry or negative. But regardless, it is going to hurt people and it is destructive. And if an emotion like anger or a negative emotion, it's tricky because I really objectively think that part of processing reality and processing emotions is that you do have to feel them, you do have to experience them. And anger is internally kind of a response to injustice, and cognitively, it's an approach emotion. So it's something where, in response to injustice, you want to approach someone else, but usually in a negative way, in a destructive way. And I think that it really takes a great deal of inner strength, and I experience this all the time, to take anger or negativity and the injustice of that and respond to that with positivity. But regardless, if you've gotten to the point where you feel angry or you feel negative, then you can't suppress that. You actually do feel that. So it's important to feel it, but it's also important to make the very clear distinction that there's feeling an emotion, there's experiencing it in a productive way in order to let it go. So I feel that this is unjust and like that makes me feel angry, but I feel it so that I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel it so that I can stew in it so that I can feel bad, or so that I can attack someone else, or that so I can feel better than someone else, or that so I can feel justified in getting angry at that person. No, that's not okay. Just like we feel sad, something bad happens, we feel sad. It's important to feel that sadness because it is a sad occurrence, to let that emotion go, to let that sad incident go. But it's also just as important to not hold on to the negative emotion as it is to hold on to the negative experience. The emotion is there to help you let go of the experience. So just like I don't wallow in sadness for myself, or I don't make the people around me sad, I don't wallow in anger, I don't stew in it, and I don't get angry at the people around me. And that's the challenge, I believe. That's the true strength, to take negativity, to process it, but not negatively, in a positive way, in a holistic way, in which you can experience it for what it is and let it go, and not use that negative experience to continue a cycle of hurting yourselves or other people, but to take that and learn something from it and continue to be positive and make something greater. All right, that was kind of long, but thanks.